Have you ever wondered what it takes to feel accomplished in life and to feel like everything is possible and anything is within your reach? Well, one of the best ways to go about this is to make it your purpose to prove that it is. Make it your purpose to prove that anything is possible. And that's what I'm going to be talking about today. How to make things happen and how to feel accomplished in your missions. Well, the first way to go about this is by knowing that nothing ever happens on accident. Everything happens once you're deliberate and intentional. Everything you do has to be done with intention. Everything that you do has to be done deliberately with the intention of knowing that you're going to get an outcome. Meaning that you have to have a goal. You have to have a goal and you have to know exactly where you're going and have a plan as to how to get there. You have to first think about where do you want to be? Where do you want to be in life and what do you want to gain out of being there? Then you have to map out how you're going to get there, step by step, and knowing exactly what you're going to do to get there. But the first thing that you have to keep in mind is that you have to take a risk, because without a risk, none of this will ever happen. You have to take a risk. You have to be brave. You have to make sure that you keep in mind the objective of where you want to go, why you want to get there. Make sure you know that you're going to get there no matter what. Make sure you know that you're going to get there no matter what obstacles are in your way. The most powerful way to do this is by being brave. It's been said that bravery is not someone who doesn't feel fear. Bravery is someone who feels the most fear, but does it anyway. Because there's a difference between doers and thinkers. Steve Jobs once said that doers are the major thinkers. Because to do something, you have to have a thought behind it. To do something, you have to have intention. To do something, you have to start from a spark in your mind. You don't want to think too much about something. You don't want to overthink. If you want to do something, execute it as fast as possible. Because the more you think about it, the more you'll make up excuses as to why you shouldn't do it. Do not move out of fear. Because fear is the main thing that will hold you back. Because if you feel the fear and do it anyway, that is brave. That is what will set you apart from most people. When I was a child, I used to have hallucinations because of my mental illness. And I used to see creatures on certain objects. And every time I saw these creatures, I would be very fearful and I would be very scared. Until I just went up to the object and tried to touch the creature. And then I realized it wasn't actually there. That taught me a vital lesson about life. That fear is not really real. It doesn't mean that the creature or whatever you're fearing is actually there or will actually happen. It's just an obstacle that you have to get over. And it's just an obstacle that you have to face. You have to face your fears head on. Instead of running from them, go towards them and do what you set out to do. Because if you try something, you have a 50% success rate. If you don't try it though, you have a 0% success rate. You will not get it done. You have to do something to get a chance at winning. You have to do something to get a chance at actually completing your mission. Showing up is half the battle. No one has ever won a battle by not trying. No one has ever won a battle by not showing up to the battlefield and fighting. There's two options that you have as a doer. It's to do what you feel like doing or to do what is right. And the best option to choose there is to do what is right. You must do what must be done for the greater purpose of your mission. Just because you feel like doing something does not mean that it's adding to the greater purpose. And most things that are valuable in life take very hard discipline and very hard effort to gain them. Most times you will not feel like doing what it takes to get them. And we must remember that nothing worth having is easy to get. And the reason why something is valuable is because most people cannot get it. Scarcity creates value. If everybody could get something, then it wouldn't be as valuable. So we have to let go of the notion that it's going to be easy. We have to fight for what is good in life. We have to do things. We have to show up every time so that we can get what we want. And this principle lives throughout everything in life. Nothing rare comes at a cheap price. Everything rare comes at a high price. So you have to be willing to earn it. You cannot buy a diamond for a cheap price because everybody wants a diamond. And it's hard for you to get a diamond because everybody that wants it cannot get it. The only people that can get a diamond are the ones willing to work hard enough to get what it takes to buy one. You have to do this to live life on your own terms. You have to be willing to fight for what you want. You have to be willing to walk in your purpose. Everything that is adding to the greater goal, you have to do. Everything that adds to your greater mission, you have to do. Nothing in life is given. You have to work hard for it. And the biggest step in all of that is to just start. The biggest step to walk in your purpose, the biggest step to get what you want in life, the biggest step to be the person that you want to be is to start first. You have to start. You have to take that first step because God rewards doers generously too. He gives you a foundation. You just have to build on top of that foundation. He gives you all the materials you need. He gives you the bricks, he gives you the supplies, he gives you the tools. You just have to use them and you have to build something. And the only way you'll do that is if you put one brick at a time. But to put one brick at a time, you have to first put the first brick. And don't be afraid to dream big. Do not be afraid to see what other people cannot see. Do not be afraid to set yourself at a high standard. My favorite teacher in all of my schooling years was my favorite teacher because he said this one thing to me. He told me that if I aim for 100%, if I aim for the highest mark possible, that I was more likely to reach 80%, more than someone who actually aimed for 80%. And that told me that if I aim for the moon, even if I missed, I'll still land among the stars. So I hope this video today helped you realize that everything in life is within your grasp. Everything is possible as long as you go for it and you prove that it is. Because most people don't believe in dreams until someone dares to make them real. So go for what you want. Doing is the first step. Do not be afraid to do. Do not be afraid to go for it. I appreciate you for being part of this thought process with me. Thank you.